I'm looking over my notes. Just checking, make sure I have all my pages. I have notes, Diane. Look at this, I have notes. Today at noon, I will be performing. No, just joking. Today at noon, I think the email said like 12:10 or something when I get up to speak. I think it's somewhere around that. I looked at the email, but it's about 10 after 12. Today at noon, the MAGA group in Gainesville, Golden Corral at noon. Come over to Gainesville, Golden Corral at noon. Please, let's pack the place out. I have 4 pages of notes. This is a very important speech I'm going to be giving today. It really is. I've actually worked on it, laid it out. It's very important. So we're going to do that at noon today, and we will do a Facebook Live, which we will download the Facebook Live, okay, and we will upload that to Rumble, and then we will run that on FYN TV somehow, some way, or on Voice of Rural America TV. I don't know. We'll do something. I'm getting all confused here. I've got so much to do. So, Voice of Rural America Facebook page about noon today. If you're out there from sea to shining sea, you're going to want to pay attention to this speech today. And I look forward to seeing everyone. Gainesville, Georgia, Golden Corral. All right, so I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Last Friday, I went to a meeting with someone. We sat outside, and I had to direct sunlight. Yes, I'm all patchy. So, hi, Diane. I hope you're doing well. Now, little programming note, one more programming note. Due to the fact it takes me about an hour and 50 minutes to get to Gainesville, to arrive there on time, I will be out at 10. So, at 9 o'clock, call your friends, get the word out. At 9 o'clock, we will be doing the Georgia Hour at 9. So 8 to 9 today, BKP Politics, 9 to 10. The Georgia Hour, 9 to 10. You don't want to miss it. We have some new polling data we're going to break down for you. Some things are firing up in some races. I'm going to give you always my opinion, but someone you cannot trust. Got it? I'm going to give you, in my opinion, at 9 o'clock on the Georgia Hour, someone you cannot trust. And I'm going to tell you why. All right, folks. I got a message this morning, as I get several, and sometimes a message ties the program together. All right. Now I just want to go with this. Sometimes a message ties a program together. I know Diane's saying, well, you're only going to do 1 hour each, but you sent me enough material for 6 hours. That's the way it's running, Diane. I don't know what we're going to do in the future, but we're sitting here and we have this, we're on the verge of a 88. Give me number 88. I mean, we're dealing with the hunger crisis, right? Is that what we got going on? The hunger crisis, right? Keeping families fed. And I mean, give me number 81. Day 28 of the shutdown. Over 40 million, number 78, 40 million Americans on the verge of losing critical food aid. Number 77. I mean, I think I have one here from CNN I want to show you. The crisis, the hunger crisis in America, coming your way. Number 90, government shutdown day 28, concern about a hunger crisis. Now, apparently, remember we started with a clean CR, continuing spending resolution, clean from the Republicans. Democrats want to renew ACA, the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. They want to renew the ACA subsidies, right? Subsidies. We have a healthcare crisis in America. So let me ask you this question. Now, on July 28th, now listen to me here, okay? So the reality is this is true. Republicans control the House of Representatives today. Republicans have the majority in the U.S. Senate. And Republicans have, right? Republicans have the executive branch. Excuse me, they have the executive branch, the White House. And I don't know if you could say Republicans have, but this is in your lifetime, probably, I know in mine, this is the most conservative court the Supreme Court in my history. So I've got the most conservative Supreme Court. I have the Oval Office, the White House. I have the Senate, and I have the House. Now, on July 28th, 2027, at 1:29 a.m., 2017. Let me correct that. I usually get dates. July 28th, 2017 at 1:29 a.m. Give me video 14.
Thank you. Mr. Peters. No. Mr. Portman. Mr. Reed. Mr. Risch.
Okay, John McCain did that on July 28th, 2017 at 1:29 a.m. That's when John McCain gave us the famous thumbs down. But what if John McCain would have given a thumbs up? Now, no matter what you say out there, healthcare is a major topic of conversation in every American family. Every American family, some sort of healthcare crisis. And somewhere in America today, people are talking about healthcare. Now, on this day, what did Republicans plan to do? This is 2017. We are rapidly approaching 2026. 2026. Now, I'm not making light. I don't attack our president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, but he did say we have a concept of a plan. Now, is there something out there they're ready to roll out that's going to shock America? Is there something out there they're going to roll out that will finally take down the behemoth insurance companies that are ruling over the people, making billions into the $1 trillion category, buying stocks and bonds, the most wealthy of the most wealthy, where their agents or their people get bonuses to turn you down for testing, medical testing? So what is the plan? And no matter what Americans do, I'm not against shut it down. Shut it down, close the whole thing. I don't care. But I have to say I'm among most Americans out there saying, Republicans, what's the plan? So is the plan just to come back and negotiate subsidies for billion-dollar health care? Is that the plan? What is really going to happen with health care? What is really behind the shutdown? Is part of this plan to weed out government workers that we don't need? Is part of this plan to force people, give them just a tinge of fear to go get a job and try to pay for some of their own groceries and pay for some of their own bills? I mean, this could have a major upside all the way across the shutdown if we use it properly. But so when I say that, every once in a while I get something. Give me number that pulls basically the whole show together. Give me number 50. Now, the Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania has become, there's two major healthcare providers there. St. Luke's, right? St. Luke's and Lehigh Valley Health Network. Lehigh Valley Hospital, Lehigh Valley Health Network. These are major. You could drive Route 22 right through Allentown, right through these areas, and you could see these monstrous hospitals, cancer centers, research between these two networks. They're major. Lehigh Valley Health Network moves to drop United Healthcare insurance plans. They're dropping it. It will impact 70,000 patients that they have in this over multi-million population, metropolitan area. 70,000 patients are going to be impacted. I'm just saying, I wanted to look at that today, take that down. What exactly is the plan? Right? Just saying. I mean, that's what we keep hearing, right? That's what we keep hearing is the shutdown. Now, this is something else. We're going to go through some of this very rapidly, Diane. AI. So give me number 32. We've talked about this multiple times. This ties into everything. Everything ties in to AI and what's about to happen. AI doctors, right? Now, every bit of data. What do you mean AI doctor care, healthcare? AI healthcare is coming rapidly. You've got to think about this. Data centers are being built at rapid paces. Georgia's leading the way. Pennsylvania, other states rapidly building. Trump went out to Pittsburgh and cut some deal out there to build like one of the largest data centers in Elon Musk's 3 planetary worlds. Are we serious? So everything, data is getting dumped, just dumped into these massive quantum, right? Quantum computers. Rapid results. Every scenario of every doctor, every test that's been done by every laboratory on you or anyone is dumped into the data for an AI physician to be able to look at your test, your blood work, and other things to help determine how you could live to be 250 years old. And so it begins. AI labor market squeeze tightens. Folks, you have to get ready. The next generation of politicians, the next generation of government, regardless of what it is in this country or around the world, will be AI driven. It just will. I mean, my generation, the kids today. I mean, you have a kid born today, they're going to have no idea what a bank teller is. No. They're going to have no idea of what a brick and mortar financial institution that says, come down and sit down with one of our loan officers. They will have it. We can go industry after industry. It's gone. Now, you and I have talked about this. We have talked about this. Give me this one here. Right? Number 55. Amazon. Now, robots could replace 600,000 workers at Amazon. I brought you this story a couple days ago. We've been talking about it. I told you recently my trip to Pennsylvania, driving 1,000 miles of interstate road, enormous distribution centers, enormous, that nobody basically is going to work in or works in now, right? And we talked about this the other day. And COVID was set up. So you and I, we think about COVID, we think about Anthony Fauci, we think about the shot, right? We think about gain of function research. I mean, the list goes on. But we don't seem to spend enough time talking about COVID being another level of control, another level to prepare us for AI and what's coming. So you want me to believe the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Peter Thiel, the Sam Altman, right? The guy at Oracle, forget his name. You want me to believe that just 5.5 years ago, 2020, they did not realize what was coming down the road and how they would change everything, and COVID would play into the automation? Well, this morning, it was announced that it was announced this morning, 64, and then 65. CNBC, Amazon to lay off up to 30,000 corporate employees. 30,000 corporate employees, number 65. Amazon to announce largest layoff in company history, sources say. Ever since COVID, they have been developing the robots, right? The robots, the every Amazon center in America that's been built over the last 5 years that have enjoyed and continue to enjoy great tax benefits from the community that they're in. 30,000 layoffs. It's on its way. The AI, your job may be gone in the near future, is well on its way. So I just wanted to bring that up. Now, before we go, I want to run through a lot of things that are happening today. We only have an hour to do this. By the way, candy, trick or treat, number 34. Be careful. Those gummies out there may be, right? Detroit cops warn parents to check Halloween candy after discovering fake snacks contain THC and mushrooms. Wow. Give me number 89. So those kids, those little ghouls and goblins you have, when they go out trick-or-treating, They may get a real gummy. Just saying. All right, take that down. Oh, here's 57. I wanted to show you this. I brought this up the other day, and I showed you this the other day. Now, yeah, robots to replace 600 workers. So the shutdown, healthcare, what is really going on? What is about to happen, right? Now, how many of you, and I'll do this the next segment, how many of you expected Trump the diplomat? How many of you expected Trump the diplomat, the foreign diplomat? I know America First, MAGA, some are upset that Trump is traveling around the world. All right. Trump the diplomat. It is killing them over at the deep state corporate corrupt media to have to report, number 33, that foreign leaders, they like the guy, right? Foreign leaders like the guy. Trump refuses to rule out a third term. Now, on this program here, we will not be discussing Trump and a third term unless he announces he's running for president again. I'm on day 282 in this administration. I am not ready for Trump's third term. I'm trying to figure out how to report 3 more years. We're not even finished with the first one, right? So, AI, I want to run through this just briefly. Remember, 51, is this real? 52, right? AI is going to take your job. 52. Super intelligence. And 53. Don't forget quantum computing, super intelligence. What's about to happen just in the next 3 years is going to be mind-blowing. Now take that down. So, 62, let's go through this briefly. They can't stand Trump the diplomat. Here is President Trump. Let me show you a couple graphics this morning. Here is a meeting with the new Prime Minister of Japan. They can't stand that everywhere Trump goes, the leaders in that country put him up, nominate him for the Nobel Peace Prize. They can't stand that. So give me, make sure I have, I'm going to get into election monitoring right after this. Give me number 79. President Trump and the Prime Minister of Japan, the American troops, right, at the Air Force Base in Japan, number 80. Trump is over there. We're going to show you this in a minute. Number 82. Trump the diplomat, 83. Trump meets with Japan's Prime Minister. I tell you what, he is having a very successful foreign trip. All of his foreign trips have been very successful. Now, I can hear through the camera, I can. Well, our economy, beef, Argentina, prices of coffee, shutdown, a new ballroom at the White House. Give me video 1.
以上をもちまして署名式を終了いたします。両首脳が退出いたします。This concludes the signing ceremony. The two leaders are leaving for the room to proceed the next venue. Thank you. All the delegation members are kindly requested to proceed to the next venue with the leaders.
President Trump and the Prime Minister signing a rare earth mineral deal together. Let's go with, Shinze, is that his name? Donald Trump actually he loved this guy. I don't know, Trump get upset. If I say he loves somebody, he just really, it was a guy's name, Shinze, the former prime minister that was assassinated. The new prime minister presented Trump with a putter. Give me video 2.
Prime Minister. Any president? Yes. Such a wonderful man. Such a wonderful man.
That is the putter from the former prime minister of Japan that was assassinated. I think his name's Shinze. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. They presented that putter to Trump. Trump, the diplomat. Now, addressing our troops in Japan, video 3.
I have to say this, the first female prime minister in the history of Japan. Madam Prime Minister, please say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you all. 通訳。本日、米国の海軍創設250周年。
Trump the diplomat. Now, they are angry here at home. And I will say this, economically, he has the engine turning. And my prayer is in 2026, everything abroad. I mean, he is signing deals all over the world. He is making trade deals all over the world. Now, I understand our media is focusing on beef, and I get that. I'm with them. I mean, I'd like a good steak from time to time that's not $92.50, $11.37 without tax. I'd like to have that too. But, and I get it, and I support the farmers. I get it, and I know he needs to make a deal on soybean. I get it. But the entire engine has to turn. We have products that have never seen the light of day on a shelf in most of these foreign countries. And what he's saying is, if you want to ship to us, I'd prefer you just come over and build your product in our country and employ our people. And then at the same time, when we manufacture something, we want it on your shelf. So foreign trade, being a diplomat, it is important. All right. For those of you that, off our shore, right? America first, I'm with you. But it's 2026. It's global trade. Whether you like it or not, it is. It's the way it's set up. I didn't do it. Now, they are so upset with Trump the Diplomat video 12.
Has been full of pleasantries and praise. President Trump congratulated the prime minister on being the first woman to hold that office and said the two countries will do, quote, tremendous trade together. The prime minister, meanwhile, announced she is nominating Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize and also presented him with gold-themed gifts, including golf-themed gifts, including a putter owned by assassinated Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.
Of course, he's very close to Abe, who was the first person they called him after his election in 2016. This continues his close relationship. But Jonathan, so much chaos going on domestically in the United States, so much chaos going on in Washington, D.C., so much chaos going on in the streets of whether it's Chicago or wherever Donald Trump decides that he's going to sow chaos. That said, you look on the international stage, it's strange. He had really tough, ugly relationships with allies in the first term. Second term, he's close to Starmer in the UK. He's got a good working relationship with Macron in France. He's got a good relationship with the Chancellor of Germany. NATO Secretary General was there when you can go down the list. And now, of course,
ditched his tune.
Same thing with Japanese new Japanese leader too. Pretty good relationships with our allies.
It's the most striking.
Minka can't handle that. Pretty good relations with our allies. Trump the Diplomat. Now, I'm going to play you one more because I was waiting for this. That every morning, as you well know, I sit here and I read articles while at the same time I listen with my trained ear. And what I'm about to play for you, I have been waiting for, well, I just stopped. I froze. I said, there it is. I knew it was coming. Video 13.
They can do that all they want. He's not going to get a third term unless he wants to defy the United States Supreme Court, because Amy Coney Barrett has already said in an interview, the Constitution says you can only have 2 terms. John Roberts isn't going. So these Republicans at some point are going to say, okay, thank you very much, Mr. President. And now on with the countdown. Who's going to lead our party next?
And you're going to start to hear the L word here sooner rather than later, which is lame duck. Which is a word you don't hear very often, even though he is a lame duck.
Right.
But I think you're going to start to hear that more. Look, next week you're going to have 4 elections, 3 of which the gov races in Jersey and Virginia and the ballot measure in California are going to make pretty clear that there's still significant energy behind the kind of Democratic backlash to Donald Trump. The 4th one right here in New York.
By the way, do you think the government shutdown has allowed
The L word, lame duck. I told you they're all demagifying America and post-Trump. They're all looking past 2026. Everything is about positioning right now. I just want to make this. I'm out of time. Give me number 17. We've heard about the NBA is cracking down, right? They're cracking down in the wake of mafia gambling scandal as urgent memo is sent to teams and players. Cracking down. Number 18, I'll just throw it out there. I am not an NBA. I have zero interest in NBA. But before Michael Jordan could fly, Michael Jordan, the great one, Michael Jordan, the GOAT, but before Michael Jordan could fly, it was a guy by the name of Julius Erving, also known as Dr. J. Take a break.
Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done.
Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, the Georgia Hour is going to be today at 9 a.m. In about 15 minutes, we're going to have the Georgia Hour. We're going to spend 1 hour. I'm going to be over in Gainesville today at noon. The Golden Corral in Gainesville, Georgia. I'm going to be speaking with the MAGA group at noon today. So the Georgia Hour, 15 minutes from now, we will get that in. We have a lot to go over, some polling data, a couple things here. Now, we have elections. And first of all, I want to throw this out here. Are you aware that number 26, that CBS, here you go, number 26. I am BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Hi, Diane. Scott Jennings in talks to make a jump to network, getting Trumpy makeover. All right. So give me number 15. Some of you like Scott Jennings over on CNN. CBS News, you like his CBS News new editor, Weiss, looks to poach CNN's black sheep Scott Jennings for swanky new role. Also, she's 41 years old. She also met with Fox News anchor Brett Baier to discuss the potential hosting of the channel's flagship show, the CBS News, where John Dickerson, right, number 16 at CBS, right here, number 16, John Dickerson, anchor and correspondent, will leave CBS News. And I have to tell you, John Dickerson, his mommy will probably be upset. Nancy Dickerson, his mother from CBS years ago. So just a little highlight on some things happening over at CBS. Now, I've come to the determination I don't think I like these people, and I'll tell you why. Number 20, there's some changes going to be made over at Homeland Security. The changes are being driven by competing camps in the Department of Homeland Security. On one side, our border czar Tom Homan and ICE Director Todd Lyons, who have advocated focusing on criminal aliens and those with final deportation orders. Now, Tom Holman is not opposed to deporting anyone, but they want to get the criminals and the final deportation orders. They want to get these people out. Now, you take the Laken Riley Act. You take how many people in this country that are killed by illegals in the country that have hold or deportation orders, and they never get sent out of the country. So Tom Holman wants to focus on criminal aliens and those with final deportation. So there's a battle within the agency. Now, number 21, this is Kristi Noem. And I want to say this, right? And I want to get out because we're going to come back tomorrow. I understand Donald Trump, President Trump, and I support this, has put together a cabinet this time that, he's unified. He has a strong cabinet. Kristi Noem needs to go. I have very few cabinet members. I don't think there's one cabinet member that I was ready to just come up, look, and say, Kristi Noem needs to go. Okay? Her and this guy here, number 25. These are not good people in my book. Corey Lewandowski and Kristi Noem are a problem. And Corey Lewandowski is running the shadow. He's running the Department of Homeland Security with Kristi Noem as the shadow leader. Now they want give me number 71, 70, let's go with 70 and then 71. Trump to install Border Patrol officials for more aggressive migrant crackdowns. I don't want to lose Tom Holman. Now, he is a tough old bird. I have met Tom Holman twice personally. He is a tough old bird. He is a great guy. He could do the job. I want Tom Holman to clean the drugs, the gangs, the real bad guys out of this country. That's what I want him to do. He is the guy for the job. Staking out every Home Depot. Staking out the Hyundai plant. ICE arrests current average 1,178. White House goal is 3,000 daily. We'll just put it there. We have elections coming up and election monitoring. So number 72, we have New Jersey, we have Virginia, we have the ballot. 72, Justice Department will monitor elections in California and New Jersey, right? So California is so upset because I actually think we're winning elections in California. I think we're actually on the verge of winning elections again. Right? So give me number 73. The Justice Department we're going to have election monitors. California says it will monitor the Justice Department. Now this guy here, let's play it. I like this. This was sent to me. These two were sent to me by viewer video 8.
That boy Gavin Newsom is shaking in his boots now because the DOJ is coming to monitor the elections. That's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we're praying for here in California. because we know 100% that California is not blue. California is being held hostage. They are sneaking in votes. They are padding the votes. They're cheating. And the California residents, the majority, which I believe is MAGA, we're tired of it. And even the Democrats over here don't like Gavin Newsom. Like, they know that he's corrupt. The Democrats over here know there's a select few who will go along with it, but even the Democrats in California understand that Gavin Newsom is dirty. So this is going to be an interesting little election that we have here, and I'm praying that it's not only a red wave and a landslide, but that they get exposed and that their cheating gets exposed for everybody to see. We'll see. God bless.
Now, election monitors, the DOJ is sending election monitors to California. It does. It has Gavin Newsom so upset that California will be putting their own monitors to monitor the election monitors. Yes. And how about this one? Let's roll this one. Give me video 9.
The way the voting system is structured, we see quite a few flaws. You're able to register even if and cast a vote if you don't live in the country, as evident of his brother in Pakistan. And I think we have some evidence of 2 or 3 other people out of the country that voted. Is that correct?
Yeah, approximately 2 or 3 other people out of the country, as well as people residing outside of the district.
Okay. The online voter registration system, it seems to be an honor system. Anybody can put information in there to register to vote. All you have to do is click a box and say that you're not lying, and then you'll get an email from the Secretary of State or something in the mail saying thank you for registering to vote. And there you are. Once you're on the voter rolls, anytime an election comes around, guess what? You get mailed a ballot, right? You get mailed something to vote. So we found that a little bit problematic.
Gavin Newsom is nervous in California. There is an election coming up. Virginia, let me show you this poll really quickly before we go to break. Right now, there's a new poll out, and number 23, little interested here. New Jersey, Mikey Sherrill 48, Chitterelli 47. And then in Virginia, Spanberger 50-43. So that was going to get interesting. In New York City, Mondani is 44. Cuomo is 34. Curtis Sliwa, who did not get out of the race as the Republican, is 11. So now we're going to, like I said, call your friends, call everybody, tell them that the Georgia Hour is happening at 9 a.m. We have some stuff we're going to go over. I'm going to tell you someone I do not trust. You can make your own decision. I do not trust. But before we go and get ready for the Georgia Hour, before we go, looking for smarter ways to browse and enjoy your favorite content without ads? Get the Perplexity Pro bundle with Rumble Premium for just $19.99 a month when you sign up before December 31st. Normally a $29.99 value. With Rumble Premium, you get ad-free viewing experience across all your devices and access to exclusive premium content. No interruptions, just the videos and streams you love anytime, anywhere. Plus, Perplexity Pro boosts your productivity with unlimited research, unlimited loads, exclusive member perks, and access to the latest, most advanced AI models for faster, smarter ways, smarter answers every day. Save over 30% on this powerful bundle. Head to rumble.com/premium before December 31st to sign up and unlock your premium experience. The Georgia Hour as soon as we return from these messages.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, it's last call. Your last chance to save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss last call and save $12,000 off Silverado 1500 and $7,500 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Welcome back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. It is time for a special edition of the Georgia Hour, brought to you by voiceofruralamerica.com. The Georgia Hour, I know it's only 9 o'clock, but at 10 o'clock this morning, I have to leave to go to Gainesville, Georgia. And if you're a national viewer, international viewer, that you're normally still tuned in for national events and news and politics, stick around. You're going to be very interested in this Georgia Hour. But at 10 o'clock, I will be leaving to go to Gainesville, Golden Corral in Gainesville, speaking with the MAGA group. I actually have I really do. I have a great speech lined up for today. It's very important. So in Georgia politics, right? Give me number 23. We have some polling data. All right, we have some polling data. And let me just say this. This also has, as you can see, New Jersey, Virginia, and New York. Then we get down to slap in the center. Collins, 28, Carter, 16, Dooley, 16. Now, this is our U.S. Senate race. To do what? To replace John Ossoff. So give me number 24. And this is number 24, right? This is the primary race here in Georgia. Now, you have a real clear politics average, and District 10, Congressman Mike Collins, who is running for Senate, has already blasted out there that he is at 28 over Buddy Carter and over Dooley, right? And the real clear average has him at 27.5, Carter at 18, and Dooley 12. Now, here's what I want to say, and we don't put a lot of stock in early polling data, but the movement, Collins has frozen in place. Now, he's still the front runner according to the polling. He's still the front runner. Pretty good margin, but kindly frozen in place. Now, Buddy Carter is the guy that's gone backward about 4 notches. But what you want to watch for right here is Dooley has gone from obscurity to 16. And this is right in line with what I told you. You don't have to trust polls. You got it? You don't have to trust polls. I, for one, don't give a lot of value. But right here, this is going out to donors. And let me explain this at the risk of, I don't want to say the only thing. There could be something else out there that it just doesn't come to mind. But the only real negative I have with the Mike Collins campaign is that he employs Brandon Phillips. And I'm just going to let you know. That is always I stop and freeze right there. What will continue to go and happen with these polls are the people working the fundraising for Derek Dooley will highlight and claim that Mike Collins has peaked. Now, whether you get mad at me or not, we're studying politics, that Mike Collins has peaked, kindly frozen in place, right? And the guy moving is Derek Dooley. That's what is going to be sold, I'm telling you, to the donors. Because there's a lot of time left. Look at what they've done with polling. And they're taking Derek Dooley in there. You know, they got people like Martha Zola, the water girl for the Republican Party. They've got others out there that carry the water. Governor Kemp's endorsement. And I tell you what, they're putting this in front of Donald Trump, and President Donald Trump is pausing in this race and has not. He said himself, President Trump said himself, hey, I'm watching this. So this one is interesting. We'll dig into it a little deeper down the road. Buddy Carter is very wealthy. Basically, right now, he is doing fundraising. He is, but he is self-funding, and he has gone nowhere. He's moved back in the polls, but I expected that as things tighten with Dooley. So I'm not shocked with this, but pay attention to this right here. It will matter going down the stretch as things tighten up. Now, the attack on Burt Jones. So there's a website out there, right? There's a website out there. Give me number 45. And this is the name of the website. It's called Keep Georgia Strong, Principled Conservative Leadership for a Safe and Prosperous Georgia. Now, this is not uncommon, but this group is supporting Chris Carr. They're supporting Chris Carr, this group here. You can go to their website, read about them, their mission statement. But they put out a video, number 44. They put out a video on Burt Jones. And $10 billion in data centers, Georgia laws rewritten, a family fortune. Burt Jones' economic development looks more like a family windfall. Watch the tricky play, and let's go with the Burt Jones ad, video 6.
Burt Jones. Attention, Burt Jones.
We aren't idiots. We see the trick play you're running. You change the rules of the game. Amending Georgia's law so your family land could be used for a healthcare development. Then your family added 11 million square feet of data centers for the same area. A $10 billion development and a Jones family windfall. Trick plays, we know they don't work. Electing Burt Jones governor, that's fumbling in your end zone.
There will be more of this. Trust me. And if you think Burt Jones, now wait a minute, if you think Burt Jones is being attacked in the primary, let him win the primary. Right? If you think this guy is being attacked in the primary, watch what happens if he wins the primary. You will see. Absolutely. Data centers, changing the law for a new hospital. This is a pretty stiff attack on Burt Jones. Now, the governor's race. So we have Chris Carr in Georgia. We have Chris Carr in Georgia. We have Brad Raffensperger in Georgia, right? Running for governor. Who else we got? Chris Carr, Brad Raffensperger. We have somebody else. I can't think right off the bat. I have it on my list because we're going to go over all of these candidates today. Today at noon, we're going to go over all these candidates. Chris Carr, Brad Raffensperger, Burt Jones. Oh, Clark Dean, sorry about that. And what will MTG do? So, like I said, if you think these attacks are coming on Burt Jones now, wait and see what happens if he wins the primary. So take that down. Now, the controversy at Hyundai. Now, we know number 10, right? Just going to put this out here. You do what you want with it. But we know Brian Kemp went over to, right? He went over to Korea. He's made a lot of great friends over there. The Kempsters. Marty forgot her tiara at home. That's the governor's. That's SK Battery that has developed battery technology for backup for like Georgia Power. Yes, backup. Industrial power backup. Just saying. Now, that being said, they've had meetings over there in Korea. We've got a new, I forget the name of the company, magnet plant going in Columbus. SK Batteries, Hyundai, what's that? LG. We have an enormous amount in Georgia of Korean business right here. I mean, the investment, probably the largest in the history of this country from Korea. Now, we had the Hyundai raid. We had the Hyundai raid. How does President Trump, let me show you this right here, because he is over there right now. Okay. He is over there right now, and give me number, I know I have it here somewhere. I thought I had it. Let's see, that's 92, 91. Maybe I didn't get a screenshot of that today, Diane. Well, no screenshot. We'll roll the tape. So how does President Trump feel about What happened at the Hyundai plant? He made a comment, video 10.
2 months since Homeland Security's raid at the Hyundai mega site in Georgia, President Donald Trump is now saying that he was opposed to that operation. The president talked about this yesterday on Air Force One. He said he was opposed to the raid, which saw 574 people arrested, including about 300 Korean nationals who were at the plant to do proprietary work.
I was very much opposed. Look, when they come in and they're making very complex machinery, equipment, things, they're going to have to bring some people in, at least at the initial phase. In that case, it was batteries. Batteries are very complex, and they're actually very dangerous to make. You can't just pick people off an unemployment line and say, we just, opened up a $2 billion battery factory.
South Korean officials have said since the raid that U.S. immigration and visa processes should change to more easily allow those skilled workers into the U.S. No charges have been filed against any of the companies named in the search warrant. Happening today.
All right, so I have to send a picture to Diane that I did not send to Diane. You guys are used to that. Well, actually, Diane's used to that. She's probably sitting there saying, okay, when are you going to send that picture that I don't have? Well, I just sent it, Diane. So, President Trump he wasn't happy about the Hyundai raid. There's a lot of different lanes on this, and I'm not going to bring up a certain individual. I'll leave that out there for right now. And I did not highlight this on the program. I mean, I have to tell you all along, I talked about the Hyundai raid. I did. We've reported it here. But I stood back and watched the folly, I'll call it that, and the people rushing to highlight as though they've won some kind of prize, knowing that President Trump was not going to approve this. And what my concern is that Korea is bringing in all these people to set this. Apparently, what they're supposed to do is bring in these people to train Americans on the battery plant and the high technology that it takes, the technology that it takes, and the training to run these plants. And then they're supposed to go home, is my understanding. And Americans are supposed to have these jobs. Now, my concern is that they're not going home. And Americans are not getting trained and getting these jobs. So that's something we really have to watch for in all these plants, is that the jobs go to Americans once high-skilled labor is trained to run the plants. But Trump wasn't on board with this. Said you can't just, you can't just go to the unemployment line. And that's what, at the risk of argument and not wanting to fight, I would get message after message. I'd say, well, I got message after message. Well, those jobs should go to Americans. Well, Trump's saying you just can't call up the unemployment office and say, send me, 100 people over here to work at a battery plant. There's something to be said for that. Now, so we will keep an eye on that in the near future. Diane, I just sent you, is today the day? I never sent you a picture of Greg the Weasel. I mean, what am I thinking about? So give me 93. If you have the Greg the Weasel available somewhere, can I get that in a minute? Backdoor rumors of White House John George fundraising for Georgia's controversial Senator Greg the Weasel Dolezal. Now, this is another Scott Howard, but this is going around. So I want to explain something on this at the same time we talk about a Trump endorsement in Georgia. So this is a rumor that John George, now who is John George? We're going to explain that to you. But this is a Substack from Scott Howard. Now, do you have a Greg the Weasel anywhere I can get my hands on? If you don't, that's okay. There he is, the Weasel, the Weasel. Pop goes Dolezal, the Weasel. I know. I don't know why I do that. Don't ask. Don't censor. Why do you do that? Boom. Greg Dolezal, the Weasel. I don't know. I will try to get control. Anyhow, so John George and AKA the Weasel Dolezal, I will explain what that means. Now, let's hold that over here for a minute because I don't trust John George. I have never trusted this guy. In fact, I think John George was in cahoots. Yes, I do. I really think he was in cahoots because I think John George is one of those in cahoots that got close to some Trump people that I may have said, we got to watch out for this guy. Oh, yeah, they're all in cahoots. Take the Weasel down. Now, backing up, let's go here. So the AJC has run a poll. No, we do not trust everything about the AJC, so get off of my back. I just felt it was coming. So, where's it at? I thought I had it here. Give me... Do I not have it? I guess I don't. But I got it here. So give me number 46. Now, Donald Trump endorsement is powerful but limited in Georgia, polls find. So I'm going to say this. The Trump endorsement is large right now in Republican primary. It's still powerful, but as the AJC is looking at, it's limited. So you're going to have all these candidates running, and they do want in the primary President Trump's endorsement. It could help them because, we've got, 5 people running for lieutenant governor, 4 people running maybe more for governor, 3 secretary of state. The list goes on. So the Trump endorsement is powerful but limited in Georgia. Now, I'm going to break something down here. So the AJC is doing exactly what I expect. They are matching Trump endorsement with Kemp. 47. Trump bump with a question mark. Do endorsements matter in Georgia's midterm election? Sort of. The latest Atlanta Journal-Constitution offers a reminder of why GOP candidates are lining up for President Trump's blessing and why it might take them so far. About 36% of likely voters, primary voters, say Trump's endorsement makes it more likely to vote for the candidate. Another 10% say it makes it less likely, but the majority, 53%, Trump's support makes no difference at all. Now, on the other hand, coveted GOP endorsement of Georgia is from Brian Kemp. About 31% say they makes a difference when Kemp endorses. About 62% say it doesn't matter. So here's the data that they're rolling out. the Trump endorsement. Now, let's go to the number 49. And I'm going to explain exactly. I do not care for John George, and he may tell them at the White House. In fact, he may have something to do with why I've never been to the White House. AJC poll, Donald Trump approval. Do you approve or disapprove of the way Trump is handling his job as president? Strongly approve. 69% Republican, right close to 70, right? Somewhat approve, 16%. Somewhat disapprove, 3%. Don't forget the 3%. Don't forget the 3%, right? Strongly disapprove, 11 plus 3 is 14%. Don't forget, that's Lincoln Project. Yes, that's never Trumper. That is, well, we'll name names later that go with Jeff Duncan. Wait a minute. I thought, isn't Greg Dolezal like really good friends with Jeff Duncan? Didn't Greg Dolezal support buying Dominion voting machines? And I don't know, 2%. Now, so endorsements. Mike Collins could tell you he won the 10th district without Trump's endorsement. It doesn't matter. It could be what gets you over the finish line. It can be what gets you over the finish line and get you into the general election, which could get interesting on the Trump endorsement in the general election. Now take that down. So let's explain endorsements by President Donald J. Trump if you're not aware of it. Burt Jones he's the only candidate right now that I'm aware of that has Donald Trump's endorsement for governor of Georgia. And it came early on to box MTG out. Yes, it came very early on. Burt Jones got concerned about MTG, and this is a fact, all right? He got concerned, his team, on MTG wanting to run for governor. They listened to, at the Georgia Republican Party, rigged convention, state convention, MTG gave a very state issue speech. It really sounded like I'm running for governor kind of speech. So Burt Jones's father, Bill Jones, is that his dad's name, has donated an enormous amount of money to Donald Trump, his dad. So the Burt Jones campaign for governor cashed in early on their Trump endorsement. Now, when it comes to a U.S. Senate, a governor, something like that, that generally takes, right? That generally takes a Donald Trump himself. Donald Trump will not put his name on a governor, Senate race, something highly competitive. That is direct. No one pushes Trump to do that. There's no team that comes in and says, okay, here's our endorsement recommendations. So that didn't happen with Burt Jones. That endorsement came direct from Donald J. Trump. Now, number 4, I'm going to give you a couple of people I do not like. I don't like them, okay? I don't like them. Quit asking. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't like Dennis Futch. Number 1 1, 2, and 3, and then 4. Let's go quickly. I'm going to explain all this. This is Boss Hog Dennis Futch, right? Number 2, this is Dennis Futch, the guy that used very, very foul language, threatened the sheriff of his county, made threats, a very, very ugly guy, right? And then you have, give me number 3. The Jackal of Georgia, right? And there you go. The Jackal of Georgia, Dennis Futch. And then number 4. So I do not like Dennis Futch. I do not like Josh McCoon, chairman of the Georgia Republican Party. I just don't like him. Michael Whatley, former RNC chair, right? Former RNC chair, now running for Senate of North Carolina, who is way behind Roy Cooper up there, the former governor of North Carolina. But as you can see, the 3 together. Now, Michael Whatley and this guy here. Now, this is where I'm going to get the, no, that's not true. No, that's not real. Number 42. Now, Michael Whatley, Josh McCoon got the endorsement of Donald J. Trump. That did not come directly from Donald J. Trump. That came from John George, special assistant to the president and regional political director, John George, and Michael Whatley. This is the team that they have assembled. He is the team in Georgia. I'll show you who he is. All right, in the South. And they say, and I don't doubt President Trump says, oh, Josh, I guess he's a pretty good guy. I fully endorse Josh McCoon. Now, he is trying to manipulate, this guy right here is trying to manipulate Georgia politics and control and put some people in certain directions. And I'll show you how. Now, he is, give me number 43. Can you put 43 under him? John, I'd appreciate that if you could. If you can't, don't worry about it. All right. John George will join the White House as special assistant to the president and Southeast Regional Political Director of the Office of Political Affairs. Now, what that means is George previously served as state director in the battleground state of Georgia for Trump-Vance 2024 campaign. So let me tell you what Southeast Regional Political Director of the Office of Political Affairs means. He is to compile data concerning candidates in your state and others and present it to the President of the United States and Susie Wiles on endorsement recommendations. That's what he does. When he says special assistant to the president and Southeast Regional Political Director of the Office of Political Affairs. This guy right here, because outside of U.S. Senate, now this guy right here is not going to tell Donald Trump, hey, you need to endorse Dooley, you need to endorse Mike Collins. He's not going to do that. He doesn't have that juice. All right? He's not going to be able to do that. He couldn't and did not and was not a part of getting the endorsement for Burt Jones. But Josh McCoon, yes. Others, yes. This is how Trump makes, and I'm going to say this. As you know, I have my Trump watch. We got to tell you that. Trump watch. I got my Trump pin, right? And as we all know, what? that I support my president, Donald J. Trump, but the strong suit is what? It's not the endorsements. Trump will put out some endorsements, but where do they come from? So this guy right here is trying to get, in what I'm hearing, I hear it here. Just saying. It's out there in the political spin world. That's all I'm saying. He's trying to get the endorsement for none other than the Weasel, right? Yes. I hear he's made some phone calls. This is what I hear. He's made some phone calls. I hear he's trying to, say, hey, the Weasel. And who is the Weasel close friends with? The Jones. He's trying to keep up with the Joneses. That would be Bert, who has the endorsement. I don't trust this guy. Watch this guy. Watch Dennis Futch. I do not trust this man. Period. I don't trust him. I mean, if he calls me, he can be on the show, and then we'll do a side by side, and I'll look at him and say, John, I don't trust you. Tell me why I should trust you. Tell me why. All right. Wow. Moving right along. So that's just my take. Now, what else do I have here? Do I have anything else on the Georgia Hour? We don't like Dennis Futch here. We don't. Let's remind you of number 7, the albino rhino, before we go. Right? Let me remind you of the albino rhino. That would be Brant Frost V, the son of Brant Frost IV. That's a white guy. He just is. He just is. Back in the day, let me say this, okay? Because God knows I do not want to get out of a program without some kind of trouble. I used to say to a guy like that, you know what I did? Right? I worked with this guy one time, right? This is a true story. I worked with this guy one time, and not all stewards, all right, don't take that wrong. If your name is Stewart out there, don't get all upset. So it wasn't working out. So they called me into the home office, and the CEO of the corporation said, look, you and Stewart are having problems. They had the CEO and the co-CEO. They had the two big guys. They got me in a room. They look at me at a conference room table, and they said, you and Stewart are not, it's not working out. What's wrong? What's your problem with Stewart? And I looked at him and I said, he's extra white. They're like, excuse me? I say, he's extra white. I said, the guy's not just white, he's extra white. I don't know why I tell these stories, but Brant Frost, he's extra white. He ain't just white. Oh my God. Don't forget the Ponzi scheme, right? Number 5, left people like this, First Liberty Building and Loan. Let's remind people, the Ponzi scheme left people Georgia seniors' life savings. Officials call state's largest Ponzi scheme. We lost everything. Let's throw this in the mix. I've got a couple more things here on the Georgia Hour, number 14. Now, this election is underway. And I've been thinking about this. I have a question for you. Give me number 14. Is that 14? This election is underway. Now, I have a question and I want to see if you can answer it. You know SB 202, right? SB 202. Where they made it easier to vote and harder to cheat but still QR codes in Dominion voting machines, right? And they codified drop boxes and they put into law. The drop boxes were not law, folks. It was not in the law. It was not in Georgia state voter law, a drop box before SB 202. They made it law. Now, that being said, Sunday voting, souls to the polls. You can't just say yes or no or whatever. You got to give me all the details. Why did Republicans allow Sunday voting? Who's responsible for putting Sunday voting in SB 202? Now, here's a little trick before I go any further. Don't forget that SB 202 did not have Sunday voting. Look it up. Until right at the end, it was put in. And who's responsible for that in SB 202, Sunday voting? Oh, I know. I'll share that one day. Now, we have a Public Service Commission race going on. And our top two candidates there, Tim Echols, and Fitz. What's Fitz's last name? Is it Johnson? I mean, I should have wrote that down. Is that his name? Yeah, Fitz Johnson, right? The two top guys, Tim Echols in the glasses, the two bottom contenders are Democrats. So I asked a politician the other day. Now, I will be going Tuesday. I have, for transparency reasons, I have voted early in the past. I have. I've had to go out of town, and I voted early. That being said, I generally 99 times 99 times 99 times vote on election day. I vote on election day. Early voting to me was created so that they would have an algorithm and advanced data for targeting. Now, Republicans will say, well, it's great because we can see who voted, and then we can narrow the target of who we have to get out to vote. That makes common sense, right? So if you have advanced voting, right, and you could go pull who voted, it can narrow the target so that you can get the most out of your money and not just have to try to get all the voters out. That is the logic they will give you, even Republicans. If we went back to election day, you'd just have to go out there as a party, right? And do everything you can to win the votes of your candidate for election day. Now, that being said, here is the Public Service Commission. Now, I think, am I correct, the Public Service Commission has 5 members on the Public Service Commission. And I think it was, off the top of my head, I didn't write this down, I think it was 2006 where Republicans won their first seat. 3 or 6, I think it was 6, where Republicans won their first seat on this commission. Now, and then they slowly but surely turned all 5 seats Republican. So we have discussed this every day, that the data centers, Georgia Power is requesting just the need of X amount, the equivalent of Plant Vogtle, several in power for all the data centers. Now, Republicans own what has happened on this commission. Now, you see a graphic going around of Georgia comparables to California, New Jersey, or other blue states. What they're doing, the Democrats are doing, they're putting the comparables up against some red states that surround us. Go look it up. Now, as I said to a politician the other day, what if Democrats win these 2 seats? This is going to get me in trouble. I should have left this alone because I will go Tuesday. I'm going Tuesday and I'm voting for Fitz and Tim Echols. Yes, I'm going to go vote for Fitz and Tim Echols. I have my reasons. It's not just voting R, okay? I'm hoping that we could take that and maybe cut the head off the snake in the governor's office in the state of Georgia and get the turnaround we need. I know if the 2 Democrats win here, you're going to think they won the World Series. And you got to remember, John Ossoff already has what, $20 million? Wait and see what happens. That being said, I will vote Tuesday, but I asked someone the other day, hey, what if Democrats take these 2 seats? Republicans would still have 3, right? The majority on this commission? Would it then cause Republicans to act like Republicans? Just saying. Would it then cause Republicans to act like Republicans? Let me double check. Make sure I have everything I need here before I take off. So, tomorrow we'll be back to our regular time, 8 a.m. to 9:50 with BKP Politics, right? And we'll be back at 10 a.m. with the Georgia Hour. We don't want to get that confused. Now, today at 12 o'clock, I'm going to be in Gainesville at the, take that down, Diane, if you would, please. I'm going to be in Gainesville at the Golden Corral, all right, at noon. MAGA group, come over and be in the room. We'd love to have you there. I am going to go through. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I think I know for a fact we're going to discuss some things at noon that you don't want to miss. I'm going to highlight candidates that are running in the race, where we stand, what could happen in the future with our elections. You don't want to miss today at noon. You really don't. But if you cannot drive over there, you can't get over there, have lunch with great patriots, Voice of Rural America Facebook page. I will go Facebook Live around 12:10. Voice of Rural America Facebook page. Also, don't forget, you can follow us on Voice of Rural America on X, Voice of Rural America. We have an app on Roku that is working great now. voiceofruralamerica.com. You can go to our website. You can donate at our website. Let me say thank you. Today is one of those, like many days, that I was able to put together a lot of the show based on viewer input. You know, I call you guys the research department all the time, and you are. So we know in Georgia, let me say this, right? Number 88. You know, keeping families fed. That's a crisis, right? Give me number 91. Concerned about a hunger crisis, keeping families fed. So don't forget before we go, number 6. Poor little Debbie. Poor little Debbie. Poor little Debbie. Georgians are suffering. Look at her. She's even got that face of suffering. Poor little Debbie Do-Naster. Poor little Debbie Do-Shits. Poor little Debbie. Suffering. It's the saddest thing. All right, pop goes the weasel. I will be in Gainesville at noon. I've got to get out just a couple minutes early so I can get in the rocket launcher headed that way. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate you. God bless you. See you at noon. Take us out of here.